The Siddhis by Dave Marsland of Cardiff Theosophical Society. The term Siddhis refers to yogic practices that are believed to lead to supernatural powers or abilities. While the existence and validity of Siddhis have been disputed by some, they continue to be an important topic of discussion within many schools of yoga and meditation. The entry for Siddhis in H.P. Blavatsky's Theosophical Glossary reads thus: Siddhis, Sanskrit word, literally attributes of perfection, phenomenal powers acquired through holiness by yogis. According to some traditions, Siddhis are the natural byproduct of intense spiritual practice and can be developed by anyone who is willing to dedicate themselves to their pursuit. These include the ability to levitate or fly, to become invisible at will, to read others' thoughts, and to perform various other miraculous feats. Other traditions maintain that Siddhis are a kind of trap, a distraction from the true goal of spiritual practice, which is union with the divine. In Practical Occultism, published in 1888, H.P. Blavatsky advises, those who desire to acquire the knowledge leading to the Siddhis, occult powers, have to renounce all the vanities of life and of the world. One of the most famous texts on the subject of Siddhis is Patanjali's Yoga Sutras, which describes 8 different stages of spiritual development. The 5th stage, known as Pratyahara, is said to be the point at which Siddhis become possible. At this stage, the practitioner is able to withdraw their attention from the outside world and focus it inwardly, as if turning a spotlight on their own consciousness. Patanjali's Yoga Sutras is a seminal work in the tradition of yoga, a system of practices originating from ancient India aimed at attaining spiritual, mental and physical well-being. The Yoga Sutras is a text that provides a comprehensive framework for the practice of yoga and outlines the essential elements for the realization of the ultimate goal of yoga, the attainment of liberation, moksha, from the cycle of birth and death. The Yoga Sutras is believed to have been compiled by Patanjali, an ancient sage who most sources say lived around 200 BC, although H.P. Blavatsky suggests he may have lived as early as 800 BC. The text consists of 4 chapters or padas, each containing a set of aphorisms or sutras that provide a concise and systematic exposition of the philosophy of yoga. The first chapter, called Samadhi Pada, discusses the nature of yoga, the obstacles that hinder the practice, and the means to overcome them. The second chapter, Sadhana Pada, outlines the practical aspects of yoga, including the 8 limbs of yoga, Ashtanga Yoga, that form the basis of the practice. The third chapter, Vibhuti Pada, describes the supernatural powers that can be attained through the practice of yoga and the dangers associated with them. The fourth and final chapter, Kaivalya Pada, explains the ultimate goal of yoga, the attainment of liberation. One of the key ideas discussed in the Yoga Sutras is the concept of citta vritti, which refers to the fluctuations of the mind. According to Patanjali, the main aim of yoga is to still the fluctuations of the mind and attain a state of concentrated awareness or samadhi. He outlines various techniques and practices that can help achieve this goal, including the practice of asanas, yoga postures, pranayama, breathing exercises, dharana, concentration, and dhyana, meditation. These practices are designed to help the practitioner gradually calm the fluctuations of the mind and achieve a state of complete mental absorption. Another significant concept discussed in the Yoga Sutras is the concept of karma and its role in the process of spiritual evolution. According to Patanjali, every action has a consequence, and the accumulation of these consequences, karmas, shapes the individual's destiny. The practice of yoga is aimed at purifying the mind and body and reducing the accumulation of negative karmas, allowing the practitioner to attain liberation from the cycle of birth and death. While there have been many reports throughout history of yogis and spiritual practitioners demonstrating supernatural abilities, there has been little scientific research on the subject. Some skeptics argue that these feats are simply illusions or tricks, while others suggest that they may be the result of some kind of psychic or subtler energy that is not yet fully understood by modern science. Despite these debates and uncertainties, the pursuit of Siddhis continues to be an important aspect of many spiritual traditions. For those who believe in their reality, Siddhis offer a tantalizing glimpse of what is possible for human beings and a powerful motivation to continue their spiritual practice. For others, they are a distraction from the true goal of spiritual life, which is often seen as the cultivation of inner peace and compassion for all beings. Ultimately, the question of whether Siddhis are real or illusory may be less important than the effect they have on those who seek them out. The pursuit of Siddhis can be a powerful source of inspiration and motivation for those on the spiritual path.